Hey y'all, welcome to My Way Mysteries, the channel that brings you multidimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expanded point of view and that they're not for a specific time, but should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. Can I just make an announcement quick? Numerology is a thing. Master numbers are not a thing. What do you mean they're not a thing, Zanne? I don't want to use words that will offend people, so that's why I just want to say it's not a thing. Master numbers are not a thing. Numbers are codes, they're a language to communicate. So to be like, oh, master numbers, and then, like, there's no such thing. Each number symbolizes something. There is no number that is like more important than another number. 0 is not more important than 7. 7 is not more important than 1. Can you do master numbers? Is it that thing where they double them up, where they're like 77? I've heard people say they're a master something number 22. I don't know what the... Listen, if you're into numerology, go into that and you'll realize there are no master numbers in numerology. So if you're into numerology, look into that. Like, get into that. You know, that might be like a calling of yours or something. But don't be playing around gulama popayek to our master numbers. Like, I swear to you. Okay, and then Ogunyem, someone wrote me an email and asked me team. This was not the point of their email, but this was part of the email, and it was saying that, but they said, what did I have to lose in order to decide, fuck it, I'm gonna do this? I quote, actually, that's not even paraphrasing, that's exactly how it was put. What did I have to lose in order to decide, fuck it, I'm going to do this, like this line of work? So I understand that that's the narrative for some people where, like, I don't know, your ancestors done dragged you or some shit like that, and like, I don't know, some narrative of how like you lost everything or some shit and now you're losing your mind and yeah, and therefore you are thinking it must be spiritual, so you're falling into spirituality or this. I mean, like, yeah, I know that narrative, I'm aware of it, but that's not my narrative, like, at all. That's not my narrative at all. At all. I got here because I said I wanted more. And this is the more that I was given. And it is more. It's, yes, just thank you. It is more. It's exactly what I was talking about. In fact, I couldn't have imagined this when I said more. Mina, all I know is that I was at a certain age. I had done all the things that they said y'all are supposed to do in order to be happy. I went to school, I got a degree, I got a good job, I got a car, I got an apartment, and I was like, okay, what else? What else you got? This can't be. I know you did not bring me here just for this. Listen. So yeah, and basically Labantu Nkrumah nabo answered. And I mean, I've always been waiting for some kind of like a bell to ring and to tell me that we can start getting to the real stuff. Like, it's okay, I can like chill with that shit. Like, so naturally that bell came. And yeah, banglanda, bangletalana. And then if I've ever known suffering in my life, that's when I started to know suffering. But not out of like, I don't know, being slapped around or being threatened like ngama accident or something. No, just like the suffering of seeing, the suffering of uncovering. People don't understand how that's painful when you open your third eye or whatever. People don't understand how painful it is at first to see. Like, you will be shocked what people are hiding. That's the most painful thing I've been through. it was that initial period where they were teaching me how to see, or reminding me how to see. And that's about it. Like, that's it. I did not, there is no great suffering that brought me to a fuck it moment that then somehow tumbled me into this. Like, no. I came here through love. I was loved through my initiation, if that's what we call it. And I'm loved now. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really resonate with that whole narrative of like being threatened by higher beings. Like, what the fuck? No higher being will threaten you. That is a lower being. What the fuck? Like, that's a lower being. No higher being will tell you, look, fuck accident thing if you don't do this. What type of low vibrational bullshit is that? What in the... Let me keep quiet. Okay, so yeah, basically, I just wanted to clear that up for anybody that, yeah, is wondering, including the person that sent me that email, because I didn't have the heart to reply. Some of you, and this is why I actually didn't have the heart to reply, some of you think that what you're going through is like some spiritual awakening or whatever, and what's happening to you is that you're depressed, fam. That's another thing. People be like, this journey, I don't know, people be like they're depressed and therefore you need a spiritual awakening. That's not what it is. Let me tell you, in this journey, the only thing that's you are not a depressed person. It's just the dark night of the soul when it gets you, and then in that moment, because the dark night of the soul is where you transmute a lot of energy. That's where you transform your lower vibrational energy into higher vibration, and that shit is kind of dark, and that's where shit can get depressing. But outside of this, you are not a depressed person. Like, outside of the awakening, you're not a depressed person. Not when you are depressed and therefore you go into this thing. Like, that's what I want to, like, well, now I guess I want to talk to you about. I need you guys to really be self-aware and realize, like, some of y'all, you're struggling with mental health issues. You are struggling with depression. You're struggling with mania and all types of things. Some of you are struggling with substance abuse, and you're on some, no, it's the spiritual journey. No, boo. No, boo. It ain't even like that. And you're hiding behind this spirituality thing, or you're asking for refuge within this spiritual whatever thing. And the thing is, the reality that's giving you refuge is a lower vibrational reality, because this is not really what it's about with you. You know what I'm saying? What you need is like help, as in like you need mental health help. Will spirituality help you with that? Yeah, cool. If you're coming at it from, msize, not coming at it from, I'm here to be the master of the universe, and it's just that right now my ancestors are threatening me. No, boo, that is not the vibe. If you're coming at this from, look, I have mental health issues, I'm depressed, help me, then yes, of course. Go, like, come at it from that. But don't come at this from, I'm suffering because Nzunza. No, that's weird. You've got shit that you need to sort out, and maybe after you sort out that shit, you can look at how when Nzunza and therefore blah 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 blah. But some of y'all, like, we are cool, like you're sick, you're not well. And it's because there's things that have happened in your life that are so traumatic that they literally ripped you apart. They separated you. You hurt so bad that your consciousness completely kind of like wiped itself and shit. And you're needing to build yourself back together. Can I help you with that? Definitely, boo. Most definitely. But again, don't come at it from the point of like, the reason why you're suffering is because when you're God. Chill, boo. God, chill. Chill. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's do some tarot. This is a general energy reading. That's why it started like this. Ubizo. Why do I keep hearing Ubizo? Ubizo, the calling. Ooh, are you walking away from Ubizo, the calling? Oh, you're done. Why do I keep coming across like you guys that are done with okay, but this is not, this is done with your initiation. Yeah. Your people are saying you done with your initiation. So some of you were doing you were involved in like a what we call self initiation in this community. Um as in you were being taught things by your ancestors and by your higher self and that group of beings. They were passing knowledge to you and they were teaching you how you work, how you navigate this reality. And yeah, you got the death card here. Like, you're done. You're no longer navigating the world how everybody else navigates it or how we are conditioned as a group to navigate the world. You've got your own set of signs, you've got your own language with the universe or with the reality. You just understand things your way. This is actually quite cool. I really love it. Look at you. You're like, because this is how you came into it. You came into it like a child, boo. You didn't know anything. You had some trauma that you had to resolve. You had some energy that you had to transmute. But this is you now. Enjoy game. You're walking out of there with your cloak on, with your light, because you got this now. This is so cool. Yeah, whoever was in charge of your internal training is literally saying to you, hey, you're done. They're asking, can't you feel that you've changed? Do you not feel it? Do you not feel how much you've changed? Yeah, I guess because some of y'all were getting comfortable in that space where you're the student, right? And yeah, and they're basically saying, boo, you've elevated. Like, uphakamise yonke le mimoya ephakathi kwakho, you've cleansed all these energies that contribute to who you are. Do you not feel it? Why are you afraid of walking out as your new self? Because you feel like maybe you're not yet ready. You are. You're ready. You're ready. Yeah, you're nervous. You got the page of swords here. You're nervous. Look, let me show you this nigga's face. Can you see? He's look. I mean, this is freaking. Like, Luke Skywalker, like, look, you're done. You're in the white. They've given you the saber sword and whatever. But look at his face, yo. He's scared. He's afraid. He feels like, what if I mess it up? Like, what if I'm not ready? What if they trigger me? What if I try to do something or help someone and it doesn't, like. So now they have to show you that you're ready. Now they have to show you that, oh yeah, some of you are not aware that you know that you're ready. You are mourning your previous version of yourself. And I need you all to understand that that's natural. You might be thinking, what the fuck? I didn't even like that bitch. She was weak. She couldn't handle life. He couldn't handle reality. He was depressed all the time. He was like blah blah blah. But right now, you were so motivated to transcend that version of yourself, and now you have. But what you didn't expect was to mourn that version of yourself. You didn't expect to be a little sad. You're a little sad. Um, yeah, you had decided that you're done with that version of yourself, but there's also an understanding of how that version of yourself, that version of yourself brought you to this version of yourself, brought you to this point that you are. And there's a part of you that's grateful, as you should be. Boo, that shows how much you've grown. That shows the self-awareness that you have, the fact that you're able to perceive that, the fact that you're able to feel those feelings. You don't have to hate the previous version of yourself. You didn't do this out of self-hate. Remember that. You did this out of self-love. And that's also, I guess, the issue that brought up what I was talking about in the beginning. How you know that maybe this isn't your thing, or like basically, to be honest, you're just here to be healed more than here to be a healer, is that you want to be a new person out of self-hate. That doesn't work. Like, you have to want to be a new person out of love for yourself, and therefore wanting to expand yourself because you love yourself, because you want more, you believe there's more. Not a place where you're coming from, I hate myself, I hate my life, and ingathi ngafa, but because I don't have the guts for that, it's so like, let me get into the spirituality thing and hoping ukuthi uzoya ephehlweni and come out loving yourself. Oh, what the guys. And then wondering ukuthi why ubuya ephehlweni and shit don't feel good. Like, you're still scared. You're actually even more scared than you were before you went in. You don't know how to make a move without ubuzidlos, like, and that signifies the lack of trust between you and the divine. I want you to know that. If when now you are so scared to breathe without idlos saying approved, that's, guys, that is not an okay relationship. Like, I'm sorry that I have to be the one to tell you that. I know some of you are going to be very triggered by what I just said, but I will say it again just so that you understand we're on the same page. If every single move you make, we're not trying to ubuzelozi. Every single move you make, whenever you must first be like, let me ask the Orishas, let me ask this. You cannot fart without asking a so-called higher being. No, you're being oppressed, babe. You're being oppressed. That's not what it's supposed to feel like. There's no trust. When you're waiting to be punished or something, that's not how this is supposed to be, y'all. So, yeah, right? You did this out of self-love. So it's very natural that njengoba sowuqedile, like, at the end of this part of your journey, you feel a little sad. That's normal. You can somehow try to commemorate your old self. Not too much. I can feel how you don't really want to too much. You don't really want to touch that version of yourself just in case bitch decides to crawl back through the veil of wherever the fuck she is. But it's cool. Like, it's okay just for you. The sadness is enough commemoration. Like, it's cool. Move on. I'm sorry. Like, don't stick around that whole sad whatever feeling, because let me tell you something, if you feed it, it's gonna turn into some sort of like survivor's regrets, like survivor's remorse. So don't stick around that feeling for too long. But I just want you to know that it's natural that you feel like that. Don't feel weird about it. More importantly, let's go into the phase that you are stepping into. Is the phase in which you are in union with the divine. This is the kind of shit that makes me cry, so let me quickly wrap this up for you guys. You are stepping into a space where you are in union with the divine. You are not oppressed by your ancestors, by your higher self, by your Orisha, by your star seeds. You now have a seat at the table. Like, that round table where y'all discuss what you're doing for your life and what you are at that table. listen, you're at that table. You're at a point in your life, Uti, when you step, whatever you do with your hands, that is your ancestors. That is your higher being. Your mouth, speaking, breathing, that is your people working through you. So there's never a time where you need to wonder, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Like, oh no, let me ask. You don't have to do that, because by whatever it is you're doing, it's them. It's you and them. You are co-creating with the divine. And yes, that can be a little scary, because it's like you're worried this could breed like an unhealthy ego or some kind of a God complex. You have transcended that. You do not get to the stage if that is how you are going to go about shit. Also, another thing I'm seeing that freaks you out is the intensity with which you are able to see. You see through everything. And don't be afraid. This is the power you hold. This is the power that you have been given. And it is the power that you will be able at some point to be comfortable with having. It's okay that you're not that comfortable with it right now. That will come. That it will come. It will come. Don't rush the things. It's okay. Be patient with yourself. Be good to yourself. Okay, that's what I have for you guys. If it resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a reading, all the information is in the description box. Later, y'all.